My love for learning began on my living room couch. My mother and I spent many nights on that couch reading story after story. We frequented the library and often came home with more books than we could carry. I loved everything about reading with my mother. When I started school, I soon learned that all aspects of learning could be fun. My teachers encouraged me to learn and grow. In fourth grade, I knew teaching was for me. I loved all of school prior to fourth grade, but something about the content area, the classroom environment, and my teacher just made me love school even more. Through the rest of elementary, middle, and high school, my dream never changed. I knew teaching was where I wanted and needed to be. In my first classroom, I hope to be inspiring. I hope to encourage kids to dream big, ask questions, and seek out their own answers. I hope to be someone my kids know they can count on, and not just in math. I want to be an educator who helps my kids to know that learning is fun and important. Learning can help you get places in life. I hope my students can discover every day that learning can be new, interesting, and engaging. I hope my classroom is a place where students can relax, forget about their lives, and focus on learning. I hope they can find value in all subjects we discuss. I want my students to make their learning personal. I want them to use all of their resources to seek out their own learning and make new discoveries. I hope they find a safe, comfortable learning environment where it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes the best learning comes from the largest errors. One thing I want my students to leave my class with is that literature is important. Literacy is a foundation for all future knowledge. It can help you learn new things by way of articles and text. Literature can also take you away from the world for a while. It can provide you with skills to achieve great things in life. I know, as an educator, that teaching literacy isn't a one-stop shop. It takes work, practice, and processes to most efficiently help your students become adequate readers. I hope that during my literacy block, I will be able to assign an array of assignments for my students. I will provide some students with individual work while meeting for group work with other students. During this time, I will read with each student individually and track his or her individual progress. I will strive to read individually with every student at least once a week. After practicing these activities and stations daily and weekly, my students will come to understand the common process of my literacy block. The students that are not working with me will be provided with activities that will strengthen their reading, vocabulary, or understanding of literature. We will use these to help students strengthen the knowledge they will need for the rest of their lives. In order to support all my students, I can provide different leveled readers, many types of activities, and even non-English texts for ESL students. My individual attention in the small groups can help all students, from the best readers to those who are struggling, receive the individual help they might need from me that day. The students who are excelling at reading might receive a challenge from me for the day, while my students who need more assistance might receive new tips, information, or advice that I had not thought about in the context of the whole class. My favorite idea that I have seen in practice is the idea of a class read-aloud. I think this stems from the hours I spent with my mother reading on the couch. By practicing a read-aloud with my students, they will get to be engaged in quality literature that might be out of their comfort zone to read on their own. They also might be receiving help and guidance that can help them realize how I want them to be thinking as they read. I hope my classroom can be a place for inspiration and new ideas. I hope students can come inside and feel that it's a safe place to learn and grow. I hope they feel loved, cared for, and respected. I hope to nurture children because nothing is more important than the mind of a child. I hope every child feels as excited about reading and learning as I always did on the couch with my mother.